guys, and welcome to my channel. It's your girl Helen. So guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about my clinical experience as a pediatric nurse. So I got placed in the pediatric children's hospital. So I had to work where I had to work with children only. So these children are within the age of 0 to 17, and one of the faculty, or let's just say the department that I got placed in, was the oncology department. Right? Yeah, funny. So I've been placed in the oncology department for the third time now. So I don't know the reason why, but whatever reason that was, I guess it's somehow it's some way of the universe telling me to maybe switch and work there. I don't know, although I don't see myself working there. Anyway, so before I get down to business, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like it enough to give it a thumbs up. Be you a permanent subscriber or a new person or a new subscriber, please, I hope you like this video and give it a thumbs up. So the clinical placement lasted for 4 weeks, and I got to work with nurses, doctors, psychologists for the parents, teachers, like nursery school teachers and normal school like primary school teachers. Like there are lots of them who come around to teach children and play with them. And also there were also the doctors and social workers. So, and these social workers are there to help the children, like if anything arises, just their help. So one of the things I learned in the pediatry, God, I don't know how to pronounce this. So one of the things I learned in the pediatry is that the medications are given based on body weight, and they have to be exact. And after prescribing, the nurses will have to take out the medication, like take out the normal medication based on the measurement given to them, on the quantity given to them, which they were asked to take out. And this also involves calculations, which I also found really interesting. One thing I found interesting is that the nurses do not have anything to do with washing the kids or feeding the kids, except in special cases. The parents are always there with the kids. Parents take care of the food, parents take care of the bath, like taking care of the children, washing the children, or doing anything for the children. Parents basically do everything, and which really gives the nurses a lot of time to be able to do their jobs properly. In this case, the children feel like they have this feeling of home, even though it's not really home. Like there's no way you can ever feel like home in the hospital, but at least it gives the children this sense of home, like the sense that they are at home, with their parents, and that they don't have to feel like they're in a really, really foreign place or strange place. Parents are allowed to stay with their children, like to stay with your child as their mom, and your husband can take turn, like after a week, to stay there. So it's a matter of sometimes it exceeds a week, and since there is corona, parents get tested and they get the opportunity to stay with them, spend time interchangeably with their children. One thing I found so good about the pediatry is that they work closely with the nurses, and the doctors work closely together. Like they call it Zusammenarbeit, and not just with the nurses and the doctors, with other departments as well. But mostly in this case, the doctors and the nurses work really, really tight. It's not like the adult care where the nurses are on the look or something. Like there is some form of hierarchy, or people tend to overlook each other. In this case, everyone knows what they're supposed to do and knows where they're supposed to be, and also they'll know that the goal is to take care of this child, or one child. So, and which I found really interesting. So I also found it's really good that there's something they call Pediatrics Stundent. I don't know what they call it in English, but they call it Pediatrics Stundent, which means that I, as a nurse, will have to be in charge of 3 to 4 patients. And in this case, because I'm not really overwhelmed with taking care of so many people who are able to take care of them so well. So these children are, which makes it really, really possible to take really good care of these children. So you can see that these children are really being taken good care of. Like if I have to take half, if I have just like 2 people or 3 people or 4 people to take care of in a day, of course I have to give them my full attention. Like I have to devote time. So they devote time to the children, and also likewise the doctors. So, and this is what I find so superb, like so interesting and really, really good. So unlike my last experience at another hospital, my last clinical placement experience that I shared with you guys, where I didn't get that much orientation, this time around, someone took time to take care of me, like take me around the hospital, like take me around the station and show me everything, tell me where everything is, like tell me how things work. Like considering that I'm practically new to the hospital, I don't work there, and I have never been at the pediatry. I have never been a pediatry nurse or worked with children or have no knowledge. I've never had any knowledge of children apart from my siblings or my nieces and cousins, and that's it. So I was given a good orientation, which made things really easier. And also, I also had to work with someone. Like I had to work with someone the whole time, which was really interesting, but not that interesting. But I found it so good that they bring out time first. How they bring out time for students, they devote time for students. Like they have someone who accompanies the children, the students every day. Like each day you come to work, the person is there for you. Like the person takes care of you. He's the one in charge. Like you have to work with the person in any shift. So, and it doesn't have to be one person. Sometimes it might be like, well, but the main thing is that every day you come to work, every day I came to work, someone was there and assigned to work with me every day, which was really nice. On the other hand, not that nice. I found it so interesting that some of these children already know so much about their illnesses, and likewise their parents. Like they know a lot much more than I personally as a student, really. And I found that so interesting and so how to say that, beeindruckend, really, because they're like kids, and when you come, some of them already know how things work, they know how things go for them, and they already know how things work, and if anything changes they know. And the parents, likewise the parents, and I found that really, really interesting. So talking about having someone who is always there for me, like who works with me every day, it has its upside and it also has a downside. Now I'm going to talk about the downside. One of the downside was that I couldn't really fit in this. I couldn't really fit in the team. Like I felt strange. I always felt like an outsider. Unlike the fact that the nursing profession involves teamwork. True. But in this case, I couldn't really fit into the team. Like I felt like I was always pushed aside or something. So apart from that person who was there for me, like who was assigned to take care of me, I cannot really chat. Like I couldn't really I couldn't really get that opportunity to fit in or chat with anyone like that much, really. So which really felt kind of boring and made me feel a little bit alone and like an outsider, which I was, and although it wasn't supposed to be that, but that's just the downside of having that kind of situation, of having someone who is assigned. Having someone assigned to you on a daily basis. So one of the things I found difficult during the ANZACs was taking care of. Was having to do the calculations. Like I had to know how to calculate, like if I want to take if I'm expected to take 5 milligram from a 20 milligram injection lozenge, or like an injection bottle, how much do I have to remove or something, like, you know, just calculation. How much do you have to remove from, how many milliliter does it have to be, you know? So, and that was really kind of difficult for me, even though it's really easy. So, and at the beginning, then another one was also trying to know how, like, infusionsrechnen, like there's like calculating the infusion, how long is it going to last, like how long is a bottle of drip or infusion expected to last, how long is a medication expected to last, how many minutes, like how long is 50 milligram of let's just say ampicillin supposed to last, how long is it supposed to run? So this was kind of challenging for me, like, and also it was also part of my lentil, like my land goals, because we have to write down some goals that we need to achieve, like something we have to achieve in this Einsatz, in each Einsatz. And this was one of mine, and which I have been writing it in other ones, which I haven't been able to really practicalize or really learn it. So in this case, I got the opportunity to learn it. It was difficult for me, but I got to learn it, and I'm really glad, even though it was challenging for me, but I got to learn it. Like, I got to know, do it, not just learn it. Like, you learn it, it's not about learning it, you learn it, but if you don't do it every day, you forget it. And just like I've learned it now, if I don't do it every day, I'm gonna just forget it, unless I have to do it every day, and it sticks in my head. So that's it, guys. Another challenge I encountered was having to memorize the blood pressure and the pulses of all the children. Like I mentioned earlier, the ranges, like the different age brackets. It was difficult. Like I had to memorize them, which really wasn't that easy. So I actually got some help. I got home, talked to my neighbor, because she's been there. She has worked in the pediatry, and she gave me a tip. Like, she asked me to write it down on a piece of paper. That way I can always look at it. So I had to take that, which really helped. I learned it really well. I took my time to learn it, and then I wrote it down on a piece of paper, which I took with me every day. I put it in my pocket so I can pick, you know. So it was kind of challenging anyway, because yeah, like I said, you have to load children on the like newborn, children who are born prematurely, children between the children under the age, infants under the age of 1, and children under the age of children in the kindergarten. The blood pressure and pulses are different. And also children under the age of children in the primary school or children in secondary schools is quite different. So I had to memorize them, and this piece of paper helped me, and now I have an idea of what they should be. Like adult care or adult nursing, which just involves, like, you just have to know, it's the same thing. You just have to know, yeah, as from this one is high, and as from there is low. But this one, you have to know the children, like I said, they're different, and it wasn't that easy to memorize on the 1 month. And to think that I'm just gonna do that, memorize that, and then I'm not gonna walk there again, and I'm gonna forget about it. Like, and I'm, so something like they call even Max the Meister. And if I don't do it every day, like practice makes perfect. If I don't work every day with these parameters, I'm gonna forget them, which is gonna happen anyway. But at least I have an idea of what it looks like or what it is. Although I have already learned it at school, but then I've been taught at school, but then it's different from having to practicalize it, which really makes it easier to stick. So the worst challenge, God, the worst challenge I faced was communication with children. I couldn't communicate with kids. I am just not good at that. Somehow, I think it's the language. Somehow, one of the problems was the language barrier, and then also the fact that I haven't really I don't have that much experience with children. And also, I have been working in adult care, like in the adult system. I only work with adults and meet adult patients, and it's really easy to talk to them. I'm used to talking to them. I can talk to them, address them. I know how to address them properly, or how to say things or not say things, or not say certain things. But in this case, I was short of words. Like, I was confused, like I didn't know what to say. Even when I knew how to say that in German, I didn't really know if it was the correct one to tell that child at that time, or how the child will react. Sometimes we meet kids whose faces are like this, and you don't even know how to cheer them up, or they're like, their faces might just be unwelcoming, and you don't even know how to cheer them up to make them. I didn't even know where to start cheering them up, just to make their mood change or something. But I guess it comes with time. It becomes practice. So in some cases it worked, like children who were like above 10, it worked, or maybe children above 15 children between 15 and 17. It worked. I could talk to them, but these are the small ones, or these are the middle ones who were going between puberty. Oh god, that was really hard. Who were just coming between 13, the let's just say 9, 10, 13. Jeez, it was really hard. Like where am I gonna start from? They're going through hormonal changes. Jeez, how am I gonna start with them? So like they have so many moods that you have to deal with. In my second last two clinical experience updates, I talked about how working in the oncology department, and this one also happens to be in the oncology department as well. Like I already mentioned, it was so emotional working with this case, or seeing this case suffering some sicknesses like leukemia or neuroblastoma, which is neuroblastoma or nephroblastoma, or was it a hepatoblastoma, which is tumor of the liver or tumor of the kidney. So it's like, and you see the case, the abdomen, they have protruded abdomen, and you like some of them actually encountered a 3 months old baby who also suffers tumor of the stomach, the tummy, and it was really, I had to say, emotional for me. For some people, I mean, let me just say it was emotional. But although I will say that the feeling I had in my last clinical experience in the oncology department was much more worse than this one. This one was better, I must say. I actually feel better in this one, even though I don't know if I would say that I have been hardened or something, but it's still emotional. Working with kids and seeing kids suffering, kids suffer under such terrible illnesses, is really bad. Like, it's really emotional, really emotional for anyone. And some people cannot really work there, and some people cannot just decide. Some people can decide, I cannot work here anymore. It doesn't suit me. Like, I cannot suffer this. I cannot bear to see children suffering like this, children with this illness. It's affecting me emotionally. And in that case, that's what makes some people not to work there anyway. But in my case, I was able to work there. Like, I didn't get that feeling like I got the last time in the adult one, but it was definitely emotional. And guys, like I mentioned already, I'm lucky, and I'm happy I was able to come out work with the kids and come out strong. So the last but not the least point that I'm going to mention today is about the fact that the whole time, God, oh, these people saw me like, they're like, hey, let me bombard this girl with questions. Let me ask her everything. Like, they were bringing questions from here, from there. At some point, it felt like I didn't even know anything. Hey, like, I don't know, but I had the feeling like that I was overwhelmed. Like, I got so many questions. I got asked so many questions, and just like I got so many, I got asked so many questions, which I didn't know the answers to. That was also how I learned. So, in summary, I'm just gonna say that I learned a lot. I learned a lot in this ANZAS, like so much in this ANZAS, in this clinical placement. I learned a lot in this clinical placement. So it's one of the clinical placement where I'll say, yeah, I learned a lot. This was good. I'm satisfied. I am satisfied. Let me just say that. So guys, I'm gonna end this video here. It's been a long one. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. And I hope you like this video, and I hope you watch to the end. I hope you watch up to this extent and you like this video enough to give it a thumbs up. So guys, and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye.